What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are doing a public lobby on the PS4. The first time I've done one in like well over a year now, so I felt like it was well overdue, and here we go for this video. As you can see by the title, we don't have the greatest of days, and that was ultimately down to myself. I love racing with you guys in open lobbies, but for me personally, this was just a really bad day for me. Just individually, I didn't do myself any favors by racing on the pad. It definitely made things a lot tougher for me. So you can see straight off the bat, like, we got taken out not once but twice within the first sector of the Grand Prix, and we topped that off with getting taken out again into the second lap. No words to describe. So I thought, okay, we'll just brush that off. It's probably everyone's first, race of the day. Everyone's a bit rusty, myself included. So I thought, okay, we'll go to Singapore, and we're going to make it a little bit tougher. I think this might have been the one where I turned off all the assists, but we never got to do that because, well, the game shut itself. So we'll try again, and this time I'm actually on pole position. So here we go, 5 red lights for the Singapore Grand Prix. I thought to give everyone a chance, I'd slow down and let everyone through, but clearly that wasn't enough for some people, and yeah, I was clearly drawn to like a magnet, it seems. But heading through turn 1, there's just an absolute blockade of cars on the inside, so I had to duck to the inside to avoid. We got a slow down penalty for avoiding a collision through turn 2, it seems, but we got an illegal overtake penalty on Kazulko 12. I'm looking back behind me. I literally can't see this guy. He's probably one of the people who is retired from the race, and what do you know? We get a penalty for not letting a guy through who was still on the start-finish straight. And to top things off as well, we have no front wing. So that is definitely going to make things tough, but we're not going to give up. We're going to press on and see if we can get a result from this. This is a lobby, a race in particular, that has no assist. So I'm still rating my chances here of actually getting back through the order. So we'll have to wait. See, that Renault comes diving in out of nowhere to pump the Red Bull off. And we get a penalty for that as well. You're joking me. Into the pits now for a change of front wing. And now we can get back into the race proper. There's a Mercedes going really? Really? We're off to Brazil now. And we'll see what we can do here. Hopefully, starting at the back, we can avoid... Well, we didn't avoid that guy, did we? Into turn 1. Yeah, I'm pretty pissed off at this stage, as you could probably tell. Already getting a penalty, but at least we still have our front wing, and we are still in the pack. So let's see what we can do with this race. I'm struggling with the controls quite clearly, but we actually survived. We actually survived the first sector of the Brazilian Grand Prix, and now we can move forward to the next race. Welcome to the Monaco Grand Prix, guys. I don't want to race anyone. I'm going to stick myself on pole and not battle with anyone and just have a clean race. Sounds good to me. In theory, let's make it happen. So through turn 1, we actually survive. We have no damage, no front wing loss, no corner cutting penalties or any kind of penalties for the like, and we can actually have a race from here. But in saying that, my steering on the controller is absolutely atrocious. I put myself under really heavy pressure through the casino square, heading into the swimming pool section. The turning of the pad is a nightmare, and I just invited that guy in the Haas to dive up my inside there. Watch again as we go through the same turn on lap 3, still struggling, and our race ends with me doing cartwheels. And as you can tell at this point of the night, I was really loving life.
Where now? Spa.
Spa in the heavy rain.
Up.
Simulation damage.
Take that as a yes.
Oh yes, simulation damage in the heavy rain.
It's like you want to die.
Is anyone going to survive through El Rouge?
There's only one way to find out.
Final chance. Please. Please can we have a good race and actually get a good result. Here we go. Away we go for the final race of the night. This is the Belgian Grand Prix. No assist, heavy rain, and simulation damage. So if I'm going to suffer, I'm going to make everyone else suffer with me. And we're going to have a good time doing so. So I don't know where I started. I think it was like P10. I've now found my way into P4. And now running side by side with a Red Bull up our Rouge. This is certainly going to be interesting. Contact before we even get to our Rouge, and I think the Red Bull is in the barrier. I'm in the barrier too. Completely lost my front wing. There's a Renault gone, another Renault upside down, and it's just a bowling alley back there. The amount of cars that have gone scattered. It is literally like that barrier has jumped out and hit them all. It's not like everyone knew they had to slow down for that corner. They just went flat out like it was the dry, and we've all of a sudden gone from 20 runners down to 10. That is absolutely insane. But into the pits now for our hopefully only pit stop of the day. I've been racing on the pad now for well over an hour. You'd think I'd be used to this by now, but it was so horrible. I don't know how you guys do it with no assists. It is really, really a handful, especially on the PS4 pad. I think the triggers are a little bit harder to negotiate. But as you can see there, I banged 2 guys around the outside there, so that was one of the first overtakes of the night I managed to produce, so I was, pretty proud of myself. We've now got Ollie going up my inside through the middle sector in the Mercedes. Can't quite get the move done, and now as you can see, we're actually having a race. Finally, we are having a race after too long, far too long, doing stuff all but crashing into barriers and changing front wings and whatever else. It is nice to have a race. We try and go around the outside through the bus stop chicane, end up losing a place in the process, but now it looks like Ollie and this guy in the Haas are going to squabble it into turn 1, and I'm going to see if I can make the most of that. I've gone in way too deep into turn 1, actually lost half my front wing, so it's going to make things a little bit tricky as we head on to this last lap. Really bad exit as well on the Ripple Strip. It's not ideal, but those 2 guys up ahead are going side by side up our Rouge, and they're both out. They are both out of the Grand Prix. Down to 7 runners. Oh man, you literally can't run side by side. At our Rouge, heavy rain, no assists. It is an absolute nightmare. But for the last lap here, I think P5, P6 was pretty much guaranteed. I was just pretty much cruising to the end in third-person camera with my damaged front wing, and we're actually going to finish a race. I don't think I've finished any of the races I've competed in so far. If I have, they would have only been really terrible results, but through to the final chicane, I lock up massively, cut the corner, and it is game over. Disqualified.
Have you been disqualified?
Disqualified from the lobby. So, what was going to be like P5 is now P20, and now I am technically worse than all the people who crashed out on the first lap, crashed at our Rouge for being too aggressive, too eager, and I am worse than them. That is truly the worst open lobby I've ever had. But guys, hopefully you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Like, in all honesty, I was only having a bit of a laugh. I was only on the pad. I wasn't expecting to have any serious races. But, yeah, thanks to everyone who showed up on the PS4 lobby. Next time I do take part, I will be using the wheel, and hopefully we can have a much more competitive time of things. So hopefully you guys enjoyed nonetheless. Sorry about the lack of videos lately. Just been enjoying the Christmas period, if that makes sense. Career mode might be out tomorrow. I'll hopefully get it out then. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.